you. Good morning to you as per your time zone. So, students, today we will be see to derive the values of the different trigonometrical ratios 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, and 90 degree. Okay. So, we will see how we are doing it. Okay. Now, first of all, let us take let's say an angle theta is there. Okay, and we are going to find the value of that. So first of all, for the trigonometrical ratio, for the trigonometric ratios of 0 and 90 degree, we see how the values are coming, the different values. First of all, in the first case, we will take the value, we will find how the values are derived for 0 degree and 90 degree, right? So students, in this case, let us say a right angle triangle to you, okay, and this is the angle theta, right? If this is angle theta, then we can say that here A, B, C is the right angle triangle, okay, and let's say this is 90 degree, okay. This angle B is nothing but 90 degree, because to find the trigonometrical ratios we will be using this right angle triangle, right? Now in this triangle ABC, in triangle A, B and C, what happens? You can see, to find the value of sine theta, if this is theta, we are saying this is theta, right? Then we can say that sine of theta, sine of this angle theta, if this is angle theta, right? Sine theta is the ratio of BC by AC, isn't it? Sine theta is BC by AC. Now, just say if theta is equal to 0 degree, right? If theta equal to 0 degree, for this case, for theta equal to 0 degree, what will happen? This point C will come towards B like this, and it will collide with B, isn't it? Then in this case, sine theta, which is BC by AC, can be written as, for theta equal to 0 degree, theta equal to 0 degree. Yes, boys before flowers, very right. This is Pythagoras, and here we are going to see how the different values of the trigonometrical ratios are coming. Okay, you are perfectly right. Great. So for theta equal to 0 degree, you can see this BC by AC, this C will collide with B, right? Now in this case, when this will collide with, when C will collide with B, right? In this case, how, what will happen? This AC, the length of AC, this one, the length of AC will be equal to AB, isn't it? Will be equal to AB. And when theta equal to 0 degree, this length of this BC will be equal to 0. How? Because C will be coming and colliding with B. Yeah, great. Perfectly fine. In the school you learned it. You are a great guy. Yes, you perfectly caught it. So in this case, we can see for theta equal to 0 degree, AC will be coming down and the C point will be touching B, right? In this case, this length of BC, this one will be equal to 0, right? If this is equal to 0, then we can say that sine of theta equal to 0, or we can say that sine 0 degree is 0. So this value is derived. This is derived, right? Now, coming to the second one, what is cos 0? To see the value of cos 0, what we can see, cos of theta is how much? AB by AC, isn't it? It's equal to AB by AC, because AC is the hypotenuse and AB is the base, right? So when theta equal to 0, you can see AC will be coming downward like this as we have drawn it, and the length of AC will be colliding with AB. So AC will be equal to AB. So in this case, we can write AB is equal to AC or AC equal to AB. So here it will be AC by AC for what? For cos of 0 degree. I am saying specific to this 0 degree, right? Then here you can see AC will be cancelled out and we get the value of 1, right? So the value of cos 0 is 1. This is derived, right? So the value of sine 0 will be defined, the value of cos 0 is defined, right? And what is the value of tan 0? Since we have sine 0 as 0, since we have cos 0 as 0, therefore, can't we say that? Can't we say that tan 0 degree is sine 0 degree by cos 0 degree, right? Just put up the value of sine 0 degree, which is 0 over here, this one, this 0. Put up the value of 0, right? And cos 0 is 1. So into the denominator it will be 1. So finally the value of tan 0 is derived, and the value of tan 0 is derived as 0. So in this way we find the value of tan 0 as 0. So this is the third value. Now we find the value of sine 0, we find the value of cos 0, we find the value of tan 0, right? Now let us find for the 90 degree what will happen. When this theta will be equal to 90 degree, then this sine 90 degree will be this ratio BC by AC, right? This BC by AC. Now when BC, if this theta is 90 degree, then this line AC will be moving like this, right? And to make this as 90 degree, this one, for theta equal to 90 degree, then in this case AC will be moving to this position, and we can say that BC will be equal to AC, then only theta equal to 90. So sine 90 degree will be equal to BC by AC, and in this case BC will be equal to AC. So we can say that sine 90 degree will be equal to AC by AC, which is cancelled out numerator and denominator, and we get the value of sine 90 degree as equal to 1. So in this way we derive the value of sine 90 degree, which is coming as 1, right? So students, how these values are coming, we are generally remembering that what are the value of sine 0, cos 0, tan 0, sine 90, cos 90, 45, 30, 60, 90. So all these values, how they are coming, we are discussing into this class. Okay. So we have derived the value of sine 0, cos 0, tan 0 and sine 90. Now let us see for cos 90, right? What is the value of cos 90? If you remember it, let me know. Cos 90 is the same value as sine 0, right? So how the cos 90 is we are going to calculate, let us see. Cos of theta equal to 90 degree, right? When this theta is 90 degree, then this cos 90 can be written as the ratio of AB by AC, AB by AC, isn't it? Now AB by AC, and we know that in this case when theta equal to 90 degree, then what will happen? This B will collide with A because BC will be shifting here, then only this angle will be 90 degree, right? So this BC will be shifting here and B will be colliding with A, right? So here AB, the length of AB will be equal to 0. So for cos 90 degree, we can say AB. So for forming an angle of 90 degree, this B should collide with A. Understood? So we can say that in place of AB, it will be 0. Because when unless and until B will move to A, this 90 degree will not be formed. And we are going to calculate cos 90 degree, right? So numerator will be 0 and into the denominator it will be AC. So if you divide 0 with anything, we get the value 0. So in this way, we find the value of cos of 90 degree as equal to how much? 0. So in this way, we have find even for cos 90 degree, right? So students, we derive the value of sine 0, cos 0, tan 0 and sine 90, cos 90. And if you are knowing the value of sine 90 and cos 90, definitely you can calculate tan 90. So what is tan 90? Tan 90 is sine 90 by cos 90, and sine 90 is 1 and cos 90 is 0. So 1 by 0, which is equal to infinity, undefined, right? So in this way we have even calculated for tan 90 degree, right? So how these values are coming, hope you are able to understand. Now we can say that from the above discussion we can say that whatever the values which are coming whose values are 0 here, sine 0, and what is the reverse of sine 0? Cosec 0. So cosec 0 is also undefined, right? This is also coming as infinity or undefined because 1 by 0, right? Because reverse of sine is cosec. Similarly, cos 0 is 1, but reverse of cos, that is sec, will not be undefined because something divided by 1. Into the denominator, 0 should not come. Mind it, 0 should not come into the denominator, which will be happening for cosec 0. So that's why cosec 0 will be undefined. And even cos 90 is 0, so sec 90 is also undefined, right? Sec 90 is also undefined. Sec 90 degree is also undefined, right? Similarly, cot 0, because tan 0 is 0, so cot 0, in cot 0 in the denominator, cot 0 is 1 by tan 0. So in the denominator 0 will be coming. So in that case, we can say that cot 0 is also undefined, right? Now we have cosec 0 undefined, sec 0 undefined, sorry, sec 90 undefined, cosec 0 undefined, and cot 0 undefined. So we are making a value of this. Need not to remember, just remember that cosec is the reverse of sine, sec is the reverse of cos, and cot is the reverse of tan, right? And whatever the values for sine, cos, and tan, where the 0 is coming, it's coming for tan 0, it's coming for sine 0, it's coming for cos 90, and all these reverse, this one, and this one, that is cosec 0, sec 90, cot 9, cot 0, all these will be undefined. Remember? Right. So, students, we have covered for 0 degree and 90 degree over here. Now, let us go to the second part and we will cover for 30 degree and 60 degree, right? Now, for 30 degree and 60 degree, what will happen? Let us consider a equilateral triangle. Let us consider a equilateral triangle. Maybe this triangle is not very straight, but don't mind, this is equilateral. Just consider it. Let us assume, students. Okay. If this is equilateral triangle and the length of its all sides is, let's say, 2a. Let's say 2a, 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 right? In this case, what will happen? Just draw AD perpendicular to BC like this. And this point is D, right? So in this case, this is an equilateral triangle, so we can say that this is, if AD is the perpendicular bisector, it will divide BC into two equal parts, where BD is equal to CD and the length of each part will be equal to A. Any doubt in this, students? I don't think, right? Now, if this is 90 and this is 2A and this is A, let us consider this angle. Since this is 60, because we have considered this as equilateral triangle, and all angles of an equilateral triangle will be equal to 60, right? All angles, let me zoom a little so that it will be easily visible to you. So the all angles of the equilateral triangle are 60. So this will also be 60 and this will also be 60. But since AD is the perpendicular bisector, so this will also divide the angle A, and in this way this angle will be 30 degree. Which angle? I am saying for this part only. Angle A will be divided into two equal parts, and half of this will be equal to 30 degree. Now, if you consider this section, that means, if I am drawing it again, this is A, this will be B, and this will be D, right? I am just drawing this one over here again. So here this angle will be equal to 60 degree, and this angle will be equal to 30 degree, and this angle is definitely 90 degree because we drawn the perpendicular bisector over here, right? This is the same angle. This, if this is 90, then opposite side is also equal to 90 because it's a straight line. Perfectly fine. Now we will calculate the values for trigonometrical ratio for 30 degree and 60 degree over here. This is the part 2 of our question. We have already covered 0 degree and 90 degree. Now we will calculate the 30 degree and 60 degree trigonometric ratios, how the values are derived, you need to understand. If you understand this, definitely the concept will be richer, right? Now, since the length of AB is 2A, I'm just drawing the replica of half of the above equilateral triangle. If this is 2A, then that means I'm writing it AB as 2A. BD, what is the length of BD? It's a perpendicular bisector. So this A and this A. So BD is nothing but A. Hi Shuhu. Differentiation and integrations. Yes, I just committed last time, but I didn't come up with that session. But I will try to just close it as early as okay, because this action will be on me. Okay, let me complete this session, and after this I will try to come up with differentiation and integration. Okay, please. So here AB is 2A, BD is A, and what is the length of AD? This is not calculated. Simply apply the Pythagoras and calculate AD. AD can be simply calculated as root over of AB square minus BD square. AB square minus BD square. So this will give you the length of AD as root over of 2A whole square minus BD, that is A square. 2A square, 2A square is 4A square minus A square. So this will giving as root 3A. Root 3A is the value of AD. Root 3A is the value of AD. Thank you, Shuhu. So AD equal to root 3A is your value. Now just find the value of sine 30 starting from here. Sine 30. Sine 30 here can be written as opposite to it, that is BD will be the perpendicular, will be equal to BD by AB, right? And what is the value of BD? BD is A. So just put up the value of A, and for AB it's 2A. A will be cancelled out, and in this way we get the value of 1 by 2 for sine 30 degree. So students, how these values are coming, you understand? Though we need to remember, but we need to understand also how these values are coming. So in this way we have calculated sine 30. Now come to this, that is cos 30. What is the value of cos 30? Cos 30 will be the AD will be the base for cos 30. AD by AB, right? So cos 30 degree will be cos 30 degree will be AD by AB will be equal to AD by AB, right? AD by AB. And what is the value of AD? The value of AD here is simple. We have calculated root 3A. So it will be root 3A divided by AB, and AB is nothing but 2A. So mind it, root 3A, A is out of root. So here you can see A and A will be cancelled out, and we get the value of cos 30 degree. We get the value of cos 30 degree as equal to root 3 by 2. So in this way we have calculated the value for cos 30 degree, students. I hope you understand how these values are derived. These steps we need to have. Hi Shuhu, you can call Shuhana. Oh, great. It's nice name. Perfectly fine. Sure, sure. Thank you so much for giving the clarity. So we calculated sine 30 degree and cos 30 degree. And definitely if you are knowing the value of sine 30 degree, we are knowing the value of cos 30 degree, we can easily calculate tan 30 degree. Tan 30 degree is nothing but sine 30 degree divided by cos 30 degree. And what is the value of sine 30 degree? It's 1 by 2, right? So just put up the value over here. What is the value of sine 30 degree? It's 1 by 2. Why don't we write it? 1 by 2 divided by cos 30. What is the value of cos 30? Yeah, root 3 by 2. So just put it up, root 3 by 2. And here you can see 2 and 2 will be cancelled out. And the value of tan 30 is derived as 1 by root 3. Oh, we derived it. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. So tan of 30 degree is calculated as 1 by root 3. In this way, we have derived the value of tan of 30 degree. Right, students? Perfectly fine. I hope so. Now, if you are knowing the value of sine 30, cos 30, tan 30, then definitely we can easily calculate cosec 30. What is cosec 30? It will be 1 by sine 30 degree, which will be coming as 1 by 1 by 2, which will be coming as 2. So the value of cosec 30 is calculated as 2, right? So in this way, we have calculated the value of cosec 30 also, right, students? Now, what will be the value of sec 30? Sec 30, sec 30 degree. हाय व्योरनिक्स, हेलो सर, रेडियन के बारे में पढ़ाइए प्लीज़. ओ, फॉर रेडियन आई कैन सिंपली, बिफोर गोइंग अहेड आई विल से, just the number of 180 degree, 180 degree can be easily calculated as, easily just equated as pi radian. Okay, so when you are having the values in degree, to convert it into radian, just multiply it with pi by 180. And when you are having the radian with you, to convert it into degree, just multiply it with 180 degree by pi. But simply understand that 180 and 180 degree and pi radian both are equal, right, Vironics? Yeah, I will come up with a session on it also. Okay, no worries. So here for sec 30 degree, what is the value? Sec 30 degree is nothing but, okay, thank you, thanks for your understanding. So 1 by cos 30 degree. And what is the value of cos 30 degree? Yeah, it's root 3 by 2. Here you can say. So 1 by root 3 by 2 will be giving a reverse, that is 2 by root 3. 2 by root 3 will be coming for sec 30 degree, because root 3 by 2 is the value of cos 30. So sec 30 degree is 2 by root 3. Now, in this way, we have calculated the value of sec 30 degree also, students. Perfectly fine. I think we are on track, right? Thank you, Vironics. Thanks for your understanding. I hope I make your doubt clear. So, but I will come up with a separate session also, not an issue, on pi radian and 180 degree. Okay, radian and degree concepts. So now, We have calculated sine 30, cos 30, tan 30, cosec 30, sec 30. Now, what is the left? Cot 30. So, to calculate the value of cot 30 degree, it's simple. The reverse of tan, that is 1 by tan 30 degree, is the value of cot 30, and tan 30 degree is 1 by root 3. So 1 divided by 1 by root 3, then root 3 will be coming into the numerator, and this way we calculate the value of cot 30 degree as root 3. Root 3. Right, students? Now, coming to the, now we have already calculated for 30 degree, right? We have already calculated for 30 degree. Now, what is the next? The 60 degree. In from this triangle only, we will be going to calculate the value of 60 degree, all the values of 60 degree, all the trigonometrical ratios, right? Simply, let me turn the page. Let me turn the page and let me draw this figure again. I am drawing the same figure over here. Though we have calculated all values for this 30 degree, now this is the time to calculate all the values of this 60 degree, right? Yeah, Ironics, please go ahead. I'm reading your chat. So ABD, I'm drawing that figure again over here so that, oh, let me see, show you. ADB, this was 60 degree, right? And this angle was 90. This was 2A, right? This was A, and this was how much? AD. AD we have calculated root 3A, right? So just put up the value of root 3A here. Now we will be little faster now, okay? So for sine 60 degree, sine 60 degree will be how much? This will be AD by AB. AD by AB. What is AD? AD is root 3 times A. And what is AB? Is 2A. Right? So here you can see A and A will be cancelled out, and we get the value of sine 60 degree as root 3 by 2. Oh, great. We also calculated the value of sine 60 degree. That's perfectly fine. So simultaneously, if we have calculated the value of sine 60 degree, let us calculate, why don't you calculate the value of cosec 60? It's very easy. You know, cosec 60 is nothing but reverse of sine 60. So 1 by sine 60 degree will be cosec 60. That means 1 by root 3 by 2. So this will give you the value of cosec 60. This will give you the value of cosec 60 as 2 by root 3. Isn't it? The reverse of that. So the value of cosec 60 is calculated as 2 by root 3. In this way, we have calculated the value of cosec 60 also. Right? Now, let us find हाइरोनिक्स सर कभी कभी प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन के क्वेश्चंस में थोड़ा बहुत काम होता है, तो उसमें थीटा को थीटा के बराबर बोल देते हैं, सिमिलरली कॉस थीटा को 1. हाई स्ट्रॉन्ग मोबाइल सर ये समझ नहीं आता है. So in the projectile motion, just simply I don't want to change the topic, but simply I will say the gravitation will work only for the vertical movements, okay, and for the horizontal range don't consider the value of g. Okay, in this way just try to solve, you will get all your questions solved, and just apply all the equation of kinematics during the vertical movement. Okay, the two components of the forces, the projectile motion which you are throwing the ball, it will be Vy upward and Vx horizontal. Okay, So just break this component and solve it. So Vironics, I will not try. I will not try to dilute this session. Please try to understand, because this is a specific to trigonometry and the derivation of the different values only. I hope you understand. Thank you so much. Love you. So cosec 60 degree is 2 by root 3, right? Now let us calculate the value of sine 60 degree. What is, sorry, sine 60 degree we have calculated. What is the value of cos 60 degree, right? Cos 60 degree. So cos 60 degree is nothing. Cos 60 degree, this one is 60 degree. So cos 60 degree is nothing but BD by AB. Cos 60 degree is nothing but BD by AB. And what is the value of BD? It's A. And what is the value of AB? Is 2A. Here A will be cancelled out, and we get the value of cos 60 degree as 1 by 2. In this way we have calculated the value of cos 60 degree also. Perfectly fine. Now if you have calculated the value of cos 60 degree, why don't you calculate the value of sec 60 degree? It's simple, just reverse of that. So sec 60 degree will be 1 by cos 60 degree, and just put up the value of this 1 by 2 into the denominator, then 2 will be coming upward, then the value of sec 60 degree is calculated, and that is equal to 2. In this way we have calculated the value of sec 60 degree also, right? Now students, what is left? Tan, which is the easiest. Why? Because we have already calculated sine 30 and cos 30, and tan 60 degree will be the ratio of sine 60 and cos 60. Cos 60 into the denominator, put up the value of that into the denominator, that is 1 by 2. Here you can see, and into the numerator put up the value of sine 60 degree, which is root 3 by 2. So just put up the value. Here you can see 2 and 2 will be cancelled out, and root 3 will be the value of tan 60 degree. Oh my god, we have solved tan 60 degree also. We are going good, perfectly fine. So in this way we have calculated the value of tan 60 degree. Now the cot 60 degree, the value of cot 60 degree, simultaneously we can calculate it. Yeah, Vironics, I will read out your chat. Give me one moment before closing this. So cot 60 degree will be 1 by tan 60 degree, isn't it? And tan 60 degree is root 3. Just put up the value of root 3 into the denominator. So we'll get 1 by root 3 as the value of cot 60 degree. Oh, great. We have perfectly calculated the value of cot 60 degree also. So in this way, students, we have calculated the values for 0 degree. We have calculated values for 0 degree, 30 degree, the different trigonometrical ratio values we have calculated, sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec, all. We have done for 0 degree, we have done for 30 degree, we have done for 45 degree, not 45 degree, except 45. We have done for 60 here. We have done for 60 also. Even we have calculated for 90 degree. So we have seen how all the derivations of these angles we are derived, all the trigonometrical ratios. Okay. The only left is 45 degree. Okay. Now that will be our third part of the question, the last part. Okay. So before going to 45 degree calculations of the different trigonometrical ratios, we will calculate the value of sine 45. We will calculate all these values, sine, cosec, cos, sec, tan, cot for all 45 degrees now, right? And how the triangle will be formed and what are the different sides we will see. So before that I want to read out the मैसेज ऑफ वायरोनिक्स. नहीं सर, मैं ये पूछ रहा हूँ कि थीटा जब बहुत छोटा होता है तब साइन थीटा को थीटा क्यों लिखते हैं? That can be approximated because the value is that much of small. Okay, sine theta, the value of sine theta will correspond to theta because the value will resemble simply equal to that. Okay, for radian, degree, and this concept I will come up separately. Vironics, just hold on, please put up your doubt in hold position. I will explain you. Okay, let me wind up this session. So for 45-degree calculations, what are the value, how the triangle will be formed, and what will be the different angles. So in 45-degree, it is confirmed that if this angle is 40, one of the angles should be 45, then only we will be going to calculate for the remaining. If this angle is 45 and this must be a right angle triangle, then only the trigonometrical ratio concept will be applied, right? So here we can see if this is a triangle A, B and C, then one of the angles should be 45. Any doubt into this, students? I don't think. This angle should be 45. One angle should be 45 and this is 90. Then apply the sum of all angles of any triangle is 180 degree. Then definitely this angle will be how much? You can calculate it's 45 degree. And we know that the angles opposite to the equal sides of a triangle are equal. So let us say the length of this BC is A, right? Let me write with a different color, A, right? Then the length of AB will also be equal to A because this AB will be forming opposite to this angle. So this will also be equal to A, right? Now if this is A, by apply Pythagoras, root over of A square plus A square, this will be giving you root 2A. So root 2A is the value of AC, which we can calculate, right? So we can say AC is root 2A, where AB equal to A and BC is also equal to A. How we have derived it, you have seen it. Now quickly going and calculating the value of the different trigonometrical ratios over here. So first of all, take the value of sine 45 degree. How the sine 45 degree will be calculated? So sine 45 degree will be AB by AC, isn't it? The ratio of AB divided by into the denominator AC, because AC will be the hypotenuse, right? Will give you the value of sine 45. And since AB is A, you can see this is, and divided by AC, which is root 2A, right? You can see A and A will be cancelled out and we are left with 1 by root 2. Oh, perfectly fine. So 1 by root 2 is the value of sine 45 degrees. So in this way, we have calculated the value of sine 45 degree, which is coming as root 2, right? 1 by root 2, not root 2, 1 by root 2. Similarly, if sine 45 is calculated, cosec 45 can be easily calculated. That is the reverse of sine 45, right? So the reverse of sine 45 will be cosec 45, and cosec 45 degree will be 1 by sine 45 degree. Just put up the value of 1 by root 2 into the denominator and we get root 2 into the numerator. So root 2 is the value of cosec 45. So students, we have calculated the value of cosec 45 also. Perfectly fine. We are going into the right direction. Now let us calculate the value of cos 45 and its reverse, that is sec 45. So cos 45 degree is nothing but BC by AC, is nothing but BC by AC, isn't it? And what is the value of BC? BC is A and AC is root 2A. And here A and A will be cancelled out and we get the value of cos 45 as 1 by root 2. This is the only value in sine and cos where both of the cos and sine values of 45 degree as coming as same, that is 1 by root 2, right? So in this way we have calculated the value of cos 45. My sketch pen is finishing, but don't worry, I think it's visible. Now if we have calculated cos 45, it's very easy to calculate sec 45, because we want to just take the reciprocal of that, and sec 45 is 1 by cos 45 degree, which is 1 by root 1 divided by 1 by root 2. So we get the value of sec 45 as root 2, only root 2. So root 2 is the value of sec 45 degree, right? So in this way we have calculated the value of sec 45, students, right? Now, hi. So in this way we have calculated sine 45, cosec 45, sec 45, cos 45. Let us calculate the tan 45 degree and tan 45 degree, tan 45 degree and cot 45 degree, right? So to calculate the tan 45 degree and cot 45 degree, what we will do? To calculate tan 45 degree, just take the ratio of sine 45 degree and cos 45 degree. And sine 45 degree is nothing but 1 by root 2, and cos 45 degree is also 1 by root 2. So this will give you the value of tan 45 degree as, because 1 by root 2 and 1 by root 2 is cancelled out, and this will give you the value of tan 45 degree as 1. So students, we have calculated the value of tan 45 degree, right? So this part is also solved. Now only cot 45 is left. So how to calculate cot 45? Cot 45 is nothing but is reciprocal of tan 45. What is the value of tan 45 degree? That will go into the denominator, and here for tan 45 we'll put this value of 1 into the denominator, and that will be coming as 1, right? So here we can see the value of cot 45 is also calculated, that is 1. So in this way we have calculated the values of all trigonometrical ratios: sine 45, cos 45, sec 45, cosec 45, tan 45, cot 45, everything. Even we did it for sine 60, cosec 60, cos 60, sec 60, right? Tan 60, cot 60, everyone, right? Even we did our calculations for 30 degree also. Sine 30, cos 30, tan 30, cot 30, sec 30, cosec 30, right? So here you can see. And even I'm just quickly revising. We have also calculated for 0 degree and 90 degree how the triangle is taken and how the different values are derived. I think you are able to see. Okay, you can see we have calculated sine 0, tan 0, cos 0 here. We have calculated sine 90, tan 90, cos 90, and even the reverse of that all. So student, in this session we have covered to calculate the values of different trigonometrical ratios and the different trigonometrical ratios and the different degrees where 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. Though most of us are remembering all these values, but I've tried to explain how these values are coming. In today's session, I tried to explain how these different values are coming and why we are using only these values, why we are using 0 for sine 0, why we are using 1 for sine 90, infinity for tan 90, like that, right students? So I hope you like the today's session. If you find it useful, you can just like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye. See you.